In this video, we are going over the assessment training practice from topic 6.3, which deals with exponential growth and decay functions. So right now it says a classic car value increases by 2.75%. So we want to make sure that we convert that out of percentage. So then 0.0275. And you can just throw that into the calculator. And then since it's increasing, the equation we will use is a times b to the x. But what we learned is that when it's increasing, we can change the b value to 1 plus the r raised to the x power. So this is our r value. So it's going to go into that part of the equation. And then if the car was purchased 6 years ago, so time is x, which is also 6. And then our total amount that we paid for it was $32,000. So that's our A value. So we want to put it all in the equation. So 1 plus 0.0275 raised to the x power. Now let's simplify this. We want 32,000, and then just add those two numbers together. And then instead of x, we are looking for 6 years. So then we are going to evaluate that. So 32,000, then my b value raised to the 6th power. So the car's value is $37,656.60. For number 2, Sawa's family invested a certificate of deposit, which is a CD, for when she was born. The interest is compounded quarterly. So whenever you see compounded, you know you're going to use this formula. Now n is going to be 4 because it says quarterly. That should be an equal sign. In this case, our capital P was 5,000 because that's how much she deposited. And then our R is 6%, but we have to change it by dividing by 100. So it's 0.06. And then it says at the end of 8 years, so that's our time, which is 8. Now for this, it's just a lot of plugging in the information. So our principal, which is 5,000, that's how much we started with. In these special cases, it will always be 1 plus. Then 0.06. Quarterly means it happens 4 times a year. And then 4 multiplied by 8. So then all of that is going to go into the calculator. So $5,000 plus the 1 plus. Be careful when you do this. You should put it into a fraction first. And then it's 4 times our 8. So after 8 years, it'll be $8,051.62. Now for this one, notice that they're not giving you an X. They're not being specific. It's saying in how many days total. This is when you should be like, oh, I have to do the table. We're always going to start out with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Who knows how long it's going to be. At day 0, we know that they had 9,264 views. Now it says that it is decreasing by 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. 30%. always divide by 100. So since it's decreasing, it's 1 take away 0.30, which is our b value. So one thing that's different about this equation is that you have to keep the x in the exponent because you need to find all of these numbers, and that's what the table does. So let's find the table. So put it in the calculator. Do not change the f of x to y. It won't work that way. And then we're going to control T. So at day 0, it's 9,264. So then it's going to be 6,484.8. And we're looking for below 1,000. And I'm just going to round. Because I don't want to keep going through. So we're getting closer to 1,000. And then we have 1557. And we have 1089. Getting very close. So then we have 763. So this right here is where it hits below 1,000. So after 7 days, it's no longer a fan favorite. Because there are only 763 views. All right, for number 4, we're just going to compare. So we are going to use this equation because we're talking about compounded quarterly and compounded monthly. So the only difference here is going to be your quarterly and your monthly. So we have the $20,000, 1 plus, and then 0.04 because you're dividing by 100. 4 because it's quarterly, 4 times 10. And then the only difference here is instead of quarterly, we're doing monthly, and monthly means 12. So here our n is 12, and here our n is 4. So then 4 times 10. So you're going to get $29,777.30. Now the nice thing about this, if you use our calculator, is that we are just going to change the 4s to a 12 because it's happening 12 times a year because it's monthly. And then we have $29,816.70. So just real quick, notice that this is only happening 4 times a year, and this is our amount, and then this is happening 12 times, and then this is our amount. we got more money this way. So when you have compound interest, the more it's compounded, like 12 times a month, the more money you're going to get. And I understand it's only like $40, $50 more, but still it's more money. So just kind of keep that in mind when we're comparing. All right, for this one, number of interest periods, that's kind of our N value. Make this a decimal. So then our A value, our B investment, our C investment. So this will be A equals the 5,000 that he wants to invest. It says right here, the 1 plus 0.04 over 1, and then 1 times x. When it's just asking you to write an equation, you can use the number or the letter x. Here is when you plug in for x. So now for this one, we have the 5,000 and then the 1 plus 0.04, 4 periods. And then the only difference here is the rate. It's slightly more. And then the interest period is 1. So these numbers are our N's. And then our rates for those numbers. And then for A, B, and C, you're plugging in where X is 5. And then seeing which one will have the most value. So 5,000, 1 plus caret key 1 times 5. So this will give us $6,083.26. Now here it's the same amount, but it's quarterly. It's happening 4 times. This will give us $6,100 and how many cents? 95 cents. And then we go back to the C investment. We have to change the rate, and it's happening 1 period. And then we get about $6,141.98. So the winner is investment C. We have slightly about 41 more dollars. And the crazy thing that happens is that you don't think that 0.2 and the percentage really means anything, but it does. So you want a higher annual interest rate to really help you get more money.